Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch Some Evangelion. Today with episode 15. It's called Lying and Concealing. We will see what it's about. Last time we had a weird... Reis Eva was doing some weird stuff. Let's see if it comes up again. And we had the lands of Longinus that Reis started to wield, and we will see what it's about. We had some Seele and nerve stuff, so soul and nervous system stuff. And we will just see where that goes. So let's get into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And consider checking out the first 2 chapters of my psychological fantasy story for free. No registration on Patreon. Just want to get your feedback on it. Pinned link in the comments. And we'll just get into it. Have some fun. And let's go.
Doch ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
So we've got another helicopter here.
第2第3足の子か。
Ashi 2 and 3. Are they legs from N2 bombs?
相当イラついてたな。
So we start to get into their plan more. I like that.
アダムは順調だ。
Adam.
プラグに着手している。
And dummy plugs, what?
肝心の
The old Seele fools. It's also so funny if you think about him standing for the nervous system and the primal stuff, like the more primal human ideas, and like the bottom up ideas, and Seele is the top down ideas. Human Instrumentality Project. Key human instrumentality. Human instrumentality to instrumentalize your humanity and to start controlling it. That might also be a metaphor for, you know what I'm gonna say, because it makes your human things like you. It makes you in a way complete, as in you are fully grown into the human. Like the birth is done, the childhood is done, pre-adolescence is done, puberty is done, and then you're an adolescent, fully developed biologically at least, and most like often in the mind as well for some time. So it's very cool. Very cool. Projects are interlinked. See? Yeah.
ところであの男はどうする？
That man.
マルドック機関
Yeah, Marduk, again, this humanity thing. Like, all these ideas are religious symbols for human development, at least in my interpretation of religious text and stuff, which I think is of most merit to me. It's like, it's depicting steps in human evolution. And the funny thing as well as, and did I tell you about that? I don't remember. I don't think I did. If I did, I'm so sorry. But I think it's just such a cool idea. So in human history, we obviously evolved. So we evolved from one cells towards what we are today, and we underwent many transformations. Like we were reptiles first, then we became mammals, then we got the cognition centers, and as humans as well, we developed consciousness. We started interacting with society. We built images of gods to grasp abstract concepts and to instrumentalize them. And the funny thing is, if you look at what the body does from the first fertilization of the egg towards being a fully formed adult, it is basically speedrunning evolution, literally. And it's so interesting. Like you start as I don't know if you know this, but it's so cool. You start as one cell that is, you get the combination of the sperm and the egg. So you have this fertilized cell, and then it parts and parts and parts, and then you get like the first thing you are really is a pancake. Like the cell structure, it's like a line that's forming, and that line is basically the progenitor of the nervous system. Like it's just nerves. And that is also how the first organisms developed. The first organisms, as far as you know, developed the nervous system. Like they were, like, so it was single cells, then it was multiple cells with different functions, like input-output functions. So this motor action patterns are even there in those first organisms. They are there. And that's also why they were so basic in our cognition. And so you grew, so the cells divided and grew, and then this pancake, like it forms like this pancake layer. It's like a cell layer, like a bit like a sponge. It's like 5 cells thick though, only like about that. And what happens then is that the pancake goes into a burrito form, and that is basically where your mouth and other opening on your rear are in the end. That's why we have this digestive tract, because we are a burrito. So, but like, and then like it grows, and a big part of this pancake also crumbles up and goes into the brain. And first you get the basic nervous system, then more enhanced nervous systems grow. You know, and then you start like with the reptilian brain again, like, and you build everything up as like the millions of years, and it is all within 14 years. Millions of years are in the speed up, like ultra speed run you do, everyone. So awesome. I fucking love that idea. I mean, it's not even an idea, it's like, it's how it is. Like, it's also why I always say things are built on top of each other, literally. Like, person literally on top, but like around. Like, always a new eggshell, so to speak. Reverse babushka doll, or whatever you say. Like these dolls that you like that are, you know what I mean with the idea, I hope. So we're in Kyoto.
ここで何が始まったんだ?
16 years ago. Are we gonna get more lore? Oh, I love this. Oh, there's no telephone. But they didn't know what it would be like in 2014, so... What is his backstory, though? Perhaps I might start to like him more now. And he's got a gun, okay? He's really the Han Solo type. Who is me? An old woman. Okay. The Marduk Institute. Interesting, yeah. Very interesting. So a spy. So Marduk tries to find Eva pilots, which means it's basically the people who are about to develop into full-grown conscious humans, so to speak, like the nervous system, the soul, so to speak, the cognition, are fighting or are working against each other. So. Oh my god, you're still running after Kachi. So what? Yes, what's the favor? A date. What? So she's gonna have a date. That's gonna be interesting. Will she have a date? She wants to be marveled at, and she wants people to want to go on dates with her, but does she really want the date itself? I feel like that's how I understand it a bit. Or like, perhaps not date, perhaps that's a step too far. She doesn't want to get close and personal yet. Yeah, I think it's more like that. She doesn't want a date, she just wants people to want a date with her. But when it comes to the situation, she might be, yeah. Very interesting stuff, man. Why is Ray so down all the time? Can't wait to get more, because we had the weird it. Necrosis operation. What did you say? Reversible graph measurements complete. Necrosis. It's like necrosis is the death thing, right? Who's getting wet? Why did you rip it apart? Oh no. What? Who's gonna get wet? Also a very grown-up thing. Oh, the big three, yeah. The big 3-0. I mean, I do think statistically pregnancy likelihood of being like successful pregnancies with like in the middle of the 30s start to go down statistically. You know, like it doesn't have to. Like my sister-in-law is, I think, 40 and she got 2 children now. So I mean, like, but it's just statistics. So it gets worse and worse. And I do think I think 28 is the, like, from a biological, is it from a biological, perhaps I'm really talking bullshit here, but I think 28 is the most biologically, one of the best biological points for having children from a biological point with regards to women. I think I'm really unsure about this. Perhaps I'm really getting this wrong. Perhaps it was 24. But yeah, and marriage is, so the idea is here obviously probably a bit like marriage is also a step of growing up in our culture, at least. Not necessarily, obviously, like you can have a happy life without getting married. But that's like the traditional idea here that they are going for, I think, because in Japan it's probably still like that. Like, I don't know if it is still like that, but when this came out, also in Germany, I would say, and probably in Japan as well, was marriage was like the next step in your, like, after puberty. It was marriage and then getting children in that order normally. And obviously that often didn't happen and stuff. Like, it's just like this narrative stuff, like it's the narrative that might, or the stereotypical thing, perhaps even, like, if you know what I mean. So it's an interesting thing to address here. Did they just listen to what they just said? That's so funny, man. Why is Ray so? Oh, that's weird. Oh no, God, it's gonna jump scare me. What's tomorrow's birthday? Oh, why? Because she is... Yeah, one time. But, that's so mean. It's him and his father, do they have monthly meetings or something like that? That's interesting. Wow, we don't see her face. That's a bit creepy again. Does she know? It's so eerie. Holy shit, it's so eerie. Oh God, thank fuck. Yes, I don't think she remembers that. Interesting. It also looks like a rose here. Rose she's holding. Like a mother. It's also the puberty. Oh God. I really do hope you don't do the drinking game. So this is also like you go from girl to potential mother in puberty. And that's something she might grapple with. Perhaps she also had a shitty mom. Perhaps she had a mom that died too early. Perhaps her mother is, I don't know what happened to her. Because we don't have the parents other than Shinji's father in this show. There are no parents there. Shinji's father is very distant as well. So they're basically trying to figure out how to do life on their own as well. And he sees in her a mother, which means he sees her as a potential candidate, like at least subconsciously a bit. I don't know if he's how much he's into her though, but you know. Also, something is that we did have Asuka in her sleep cry out for a mommy a bit. So I don't know if that's gonna be a theme because there's no mother in this show. It's just Misato's an older sister and the doctor, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, exactly this. That's what I just said. And he doesn't see her blushes. Yeah. Yeah. She knows. Oh, hi, Pan. Chilling. The child is back. Who would watch TV like that? Kids don't need perfume. Oh, that's gonna trigger her. Nah. He wouldn't though, because I think it was one of the thing is it's funny. I do think you want your approval from your father in general. I think as a boy especially, but I do think also as a girl, because the father's often not there, like working. I know the mother nowadays is also working a lot, so it might shift nowadays. So that's also interesting. Might be different perspective nowadays. This might not work anymore. But I do think in these times it was mostly the case. And I really like that she's like, yeah, tell him, and he's not doing it. As a German, I would say yes. Like, it's probably like we are pretty outspoken in sometimes, but you also are like Japanese people, very polite, too perhaps over polite sometimes. Like, I would at least describe it as that. So depends on who you see. Like someone from Berlin is very straightforward, for example. Looking at the light. Is that what he said when? Yeah, that's so weird. We will see what he says to him here. I'm really curious. Oh, she wants to talk to him. Oh, that's cool though. That's so awesome though, that she cares for him. That is true. She's right. It's running away from A, your father, B, your desires a bit, and C, from your culture as well on a meta level. And your responsibilities. Father is also a symbol for his responsibilities as a functioning adult, I think. So you'll be seeing your mother too. That is weird. So we do potentially have a mother. What is their relationship? Does he see their relationship as healthy? Really hard focus on relationships, romantic relationships in this episode in more than one time. So we do have the dating time with Asuka. We have the marriage time with the marriage they mentioned, like the wedding. Sorry, the wedding. And then we have we've probably grown apart or something, whatever his parents have as a deal, like the relationship that lasts for a while, and his desire also. For a housewife in Ray a bit. It's like, bye, Pan. Yeah, the penguin's left behind because the innocence is left behind when you go confront your father. No, I love the sound. Who's that? Is that the one programmer? That was a very, very quick wedding. That's so mean. Of course. A-bag, you double agent. But the fun thing is, he seems to value work more than the relationship to Misato then. Or he felt more comfortable around her. It might go either way, by the way. Yeah. Doesn't have to be that negative. It's just because I don't like him particularly much, as you know. So I do have a bias against him a bit. So I might misinterpret his actions in a negative way. So yes, the more positive interpretation is like he feels... It's not a lack of respect. He feels more at home with her, or he felt more at home with her. That's why he was late, because he could allow himself to be that, because she wasn't as strict as the hard-working relationship he had. But he seems to love work, so I don't think that's like. I do think the other one's more likely that he just likes I work more. I also noticed the stubble, and she still tries to make him look better. Why though? Again, old married couple, the idea is here. So they're not married yet. They might be in the pre-marriage phase. I don't know if they will end up together. Why are there so many probably graves? They're meeting at the mother's. Yeah. So the mother's dead, they meet at her grave once a year, I guess. It's a bit like in Bleach. Yeah, it's so sad, man. How did his mother die? In the first impact? No, not the first, the second impact? That might be interesting. Because that's also symbolically end of childhood, I guess. Yeah, second impact is end of childhood, I think. Might be. Because the mother is the figure that you get away from after childhood. Like, from childhood to puberty, the mother is the one you go away from. Like, as in, you have to leave home, figuratively. You have to leave the embrace of the mother. Otherwise, you might develop problems, social problems, on varying degrees, obviously. So, the second impact might be... So, second impact is end of childhood, and now we are in puberty. And the first impact might be birth. because getting out of the womb is a very big shock, or it might be conception, like because it's literally an impact because a sperm is going into an egg. But I don't know, it's like very, very fascinating stuff. So I will predict the mother died in second impact. We will see. Perhaps I'm overreaching all of it. It might be said that I'm overreaching a lot if she didn't. I like the flowers, though. 2004. Was that the impact? Don't remember. Let me look that up. I will try. I will not spoil myself. Okay, so the second impact was in 2000, so it was 4 years before her death. So it is. I mean, I will headcanon this as it's close enough. So she died shortly after puberty started. I'm so adamant on this interpretation. I will see, this is what you would do when you were a conspiracy theorist, which I feel like currently a bit. Like you make the facts fit your story and not the other way around, but it's funnier. Like I know. But it would fit if I wanted to make it fit. It would be like, so puberty started, he was confused a bit, and then he realized he had to go away from his mother, like on a meta level. Or you have to realize you have to get away from your mother, and then you do. Like it takes some time. I don't know. So he ran away when they were at the grave last time. Yeah. That's funny that he says that it's an embodiment of culture. Yeah, okay, never mind. That's his next sentence. There are some things you must never forget. This is fatherly advice. I like that. Really. Yeah. There's no body. Why is there no body? Why is there no body? Really interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. Because he's the embodiment of the past and culture. He lives it. I know that it's the meta story. Why in universe it's a bit more finicky. It is so weird. I do have a very good memory. I remember a lot. And still I keep photos, especially of people that died. And I like looking at them and reminiscing of the past. Or reminiscing the past, or whatever you say. That's really interesting. And the thing of some things you should never forget is so true as well. And that was a very good fatherly advice. Some things you have to forget, and some things you shouldn't. And I do think it is wisdom to know, or wisdom and growing up to know which is which. I think that's also a very valuable lesson here. Really cool. Holy shit, man. Now he leaves, yeah. Why is her body not here? Because that's why why I know I said I assumed it was the second impact because of my metaphor analysis, but also I thought because it was like a mass grave. Why would there be a mass grave other than an angel attack? Perhaps the after effects of the second impact are what drowned her or something. Like perhaps the sea rose. I think we know the sea rose from that one movie. That's cool, man. I see. It's so funny. Love that. That was a very good talk. That was very respectful of the father, and he gave him a very big. Like that's the thing. What I have from the father currently. First, I thought he was an asshole, but I do think he's making because yes, he's alive, but he's a father way. Like people are a way in developing yourself and becoming your own person. They are a way, and they have to be a way. The father seems to know that. The father seems to know that he only has to tell him the important stuff, and otherwise he will influence him too much, perhaps. Or perhaps he's even afraid of that. But he gave him an extremely valuable lesson here, and he made sure that Shinji survived, or he wanted Shinji to survive everything, and he thought that he could face the angel as well. He trusted in him to face the angel. He didn't show it, but yeah. I do hope we get the mother backstory in this episode, though. This woman longed for the touch of others' lips and thus invited their kisses. That sounds weird. Oh, you can play the cello. And Pen is sleeping. Good Pen. Music is childlike, so he likes the music because Pen's our child. Our docile nature of childhood. Oh, did she like that? Oh, she really admired that, I think. It doesn't matter, you tried. Started when I was 5. Again, the child. He was a child. This is his childhood coming through. And I'm so fucking... I feel like the biggest conspiracy theorist here watching this and commenting. And it's like, it's just a boy playing a cello with a penguin in his attic. Like, everyone knows what that's like. We all have our penguin in the attic. And our cello. But no, this is reminiscing of childhood now. Also nice in connection with his mother. Because that's his childhood as well. The one who protected him there. The music might have protected him as well, made him feel at ease. And as if there's no warrior in the world, like the penguin is. And I'm getting so like conspiracy here. I'm so sorry. I like that Asuka commented on this very truthfully here. So Pen is like, no, not gonna do puberty. Don't like puberty. You've got puberty stuff. I'm the child. I'm just gonna stay in this room. Left the Pen. Oh, she's already back. I thought she was going now. Oh, interesting. Did she ditch him or did she just piss off? Is that mean? I don't know. She ditched him. Perhaps she was afraid. Perhaps she wasn't up for it yet. Because I do think that's a fear. Her fear is men in a way, I think. Men and being... Perhaps I'm so reaching. Perhaps one of her fear is getting out of control with the man and the man. Like, you know, because she's very distant to especially men. And that's her theme. Like, Shinji is distant to everyone. Rei is distant to everyone. But Asuka is only distant in situations where she might get romantically involved or where that is an idea. And it was her angel battle as well with the magma and her body and stuff. Yeah, she might try to ditch you. What does that mean, though? No. But why? What happened? Also funny that he drinks whiskey and she drinks this. I think it's martini. Like, very stereotypical drinks. I love all the stereotypical stuff that's used very well. And was before she started wearing heels. Yeah, you were kids as well. So good. We were playing house. Yeah, it's the child again. When they were children, they tried to figure out what... Like, because that's also what you do when you play house. In Germany, it would be literally translated mother, father, child, what you play. Playing house is... trying to understand what growing up is as well. So they didn't have the Evas, they had playing house. It's the same thing in a way, if you adhere to that hypothesis. See, here he says it the other way around. So it might be that I was true. He's more for ladies than for work. Really? Ooh, so he gave her up. Perhaps that's why he's trying to... He didn't even try to hit on people, I think. Haven't we seen him hit on anyone else other than Misato? I don't think we really have. He's just a ladies' man that ladies like, but he hasn't hit on anyone. So he might still pursuing her. Perhaps I wonder what happened. What happened that they went apart? Because they seem to fit together. I don't like Kaji, I know, but I don't care... obviously in this, like, they seem to like each other very much, and he's a bit too much of a macho Han Solo, and they, like, in a bad way. Like, Han Solo was kind of cool, but he's not cool here. But I do think they like, perhaps that was the idea of him being this cool hero dude, a bit like I don't know, but they are... What was their fallout? There has to have been something, because she says he liked work more than me, and he says I like women more than work, basically. So there has been miscommunication, at least, if they are both telling the truth. Yeah, what is Katsuragi doing? I wonder what her role is in this relationship, really.
君との火遊びがいいね。
花火でも買ってきましょうか。
Ah, there she is.
生きるってことは変わるってことさ。
I mean, this is really on the nose. To live is to change. That's so funny, man. Homeostasis and translators, yeah.
力と変えようとする力。
Oh my god, we are at Mimihage and Pernida now. And that's why I love this theme. It's my favorite, one of my favorite themes in fiction. And it's also exactly this maintain the status quo is this, do it like it has always been done because it worked, and evolution is change and adapt to new situations. And sometimes both can go wrong. But I've talked about this at length, so I'm not going to bore
その
you.
矛盾する2つの性質を一緒に共有しているのが
Yep, they do.
なんだな。
Also, by the way, it is not even that living things do possess them, but they possess them differently. There are people who are really on one end and people on the other hand. There are people that are very liberal and some that are very conservative, for example. It's basically, funnily, I do think, and this is more of a hypothesis, I think I've read some people have didn't done research and I don't know it, but that in America there are two parties, and one is the other. One is embodiment of one, the other is embodiment of the other. At least in their ideal form. If they like, I heard there is corruption. I can't say if there is, but systems get corrupted, so it might be. But if there is a system without corruption, which doesn't exist, but like in an ideal system, those would be the two poles. And you would have those two poles and you would have them argue constructively to figure out the middle ground. Because there are situations when one perspective is better than the other, but it's not always. And I do think that's very important to understand. Conservative can be extremely valuable, and being a more liberal, progressive can be a lot better as well. And it doesn't mean that it's also a bit like, I think societies are like a pendulum a bit. You like, it switches to one end and to the other. Like progressive, conservative. That seems to be because it tries to somehow find the middle ground, but it can't, so it oscillates around it. That's how I understand it from my very limited understanding of this topic, which is limited. I just see it as a physicist. It's like an oscillator. But it would make sense because those are the two mechanisms to survive. Stay the same and don't headlessly evolve and grow into a cancer that kills itself, or adapt and don't be strict and don't stay in the house when it's flooding. You know, both of these terrible things can happen, and that's why I love it. I just love this idea. It's so true. It's in all of us, more or less.
そろそろおいとまするわ。仕事も
So she leaves them alone to flirt. That is obviously her plan here. So now it's gonna be interesting. Is he gonna hit on her?
飲んでんの。そう、3次会でね。
Why? Oh, interesting. So they have a date now as well, I think.
ってことじゃないでしょうね。もし
Is she jealous? Jealous much? Yeah, she's jealous. I knew it. Oh, she's barfing her ass off. What do you think about the future?
悪かったわね。いいと
Oh, yeah, they struggle with growing up as well. Love it.
ヒール履いてんだからな。時の
What? That's so funny, man. That's their two grown-ups things, though. Her wearing heels and him wearing the stuff. It's like the after effects of growing up symbolized, I guess. But that's so fucked, man. She like really barfed a lot. I mean, that's so horrid if you barf from alcohol, especially if all is out and you still are feeling sick as shit. Oh my god. I think I'd happened only once or twice in my life, but it was really disgusting, man. Really don't do that. Don't do that.
カジ君。私
Yeah, of course she has. Oh, I think he meant that though.
あの時一方的に別れ話
Oh, she broke up with him. Yeah, probably. That's so she got cold feet as well, like Asuka perhaps did a bit. That is so awesome. And that's probably why he is He's presenting himself as this girly dude because he's like, what did I do wrong? I wonder if that's something he thinks. We don't know enough about him.
気づいたのよ。カジ君が
Oh, okay, yeah, interesting.
男に父親の姿を求めてたって。
I think that happens a lot though. Or if you didn't have a father, like if he was gone or really unsuitable, you might look for your father and a boyfriend as well a bit, and you have to understand that they're not your father. But I guess perhaps that's also, I don't know this. It's just a hypothesis. It might be because you hope that if you get children with that person, they will be a good father or a better father if you don't go for the negative traits. I don't know. But I do think it's hard. You should distinguish. She probably did that. I just want to comment on that. You should distinguish being fatherly with being like your father. You know what I mean? So.
どうしようもなく怖かった。
Yeah, so you were scared of your father, like Shinji was a bit.
が女だということも
Yeah.
何もかも
Of growing. Man, this is basically exactly Asuka and all of their fears in the angels. Like this is what's really happening, perhaps even. This is what's really happening, and the robot mecha fighting is like the analogy for these kinds of struggles. Exactly this. Holy shit, man. This is so awesome.
全てを吹っ切るつもりでネルフを選んだ。
Yeah, so you did go into work, but you tried to be like your father with that as well, don't you? Because he worked his ass off apparently, and he saved your life. You saved lives, and he was just working and was away because of that. And you now do the same as well. So interesting.
人に復讐することでみんなごま
No. And she put out her heels because she wants to be like before.
どうだ俺に謝ることはないよ。
That's a very grown-up thing. Wow. Interesting.
逃げ出しただけ。
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true as well. I think that's often the case as well, because that's when you grow up, you have to do that as well. Like first you have to let go of the mother, and then in puberty you have to be with your father and learn from, like, this is obviously all like very average stereotypical speaking I'm doing here, but like then you have to see the values that your father teaches you or your culture teaches you, because they are often the same thing in stories on different levels. And then you have to be your own person. You have to run away from your father a bit. You have to run away. You have to leave home, both your mother and your father, and be your own person. And take them with you as well, their lessons and the important stuff you learned, which is what the father says in this episode. Awesome stuff. Really fucking awesome. And you're not a coward. You didn't run away.
酒の勢いで今
Oh, and her feet are dirty. I mean, it's like, it's not being a coward. It's not really being a coward. I do think what Shinji did was being a coward, because when Shinji ran away, it was more of a symbol of running away from responsibility. Her running away here is running away from what has been taught to her and trying her out her own things, because she wanted to try something new, and which is a big drive. So, man, her feet are so, yeah.
もなのね。シンジ君に何も
You don't look down at Shinji, you help him.
とするずるい女なのよ。
Is that though? I've never heard her do that. I'm a conniving bee who only asks men for help when it's convenient for her. Perhaps that's why she wants to get back at her father as well. Like, she just wants the best. Like, also a bit like, oh god, it's my... I'm so reaching in this one, I'm so sorry, oh god. It's also... this not being accountable in a way. Like, she's not being accountable with it because she only takes the advices that suit her here. If this is true, she didn't act like this, I think. I've not seen her act like this. She's just thinking that, which is probably a more healthy thought than if you don't think it, but it's still a bad thought.
どうしてただけかもしれない。病んでるわ。
もういい。
Oh, that's so sad, man.
どうするわよ。
I like that though. Like he's like, I accept you how you are. That's really fucking sweet of him. I'm so glad he's not an asshole because it was a shell. I'm glad. So see, that's why you interpret well-intentioned all the time, if you can, because that's what I did with the work stuff, and it is very much in line with what is shown here. So he's like, no, you are like, you're your own person, you did your own thing. It was your decision, and I respect your decision, not your father's decision or what you think your father would have wanted. Like, it is all her trying to, because she's now running away from her mistake in the past. Like she thinks she's running away from her father, but she's really running away as well from her mistake of letting him go. Then, though, by the way, she's been really quite shitty to him because she's always been flippant and a bit condescending to him. And if she broke it up and left him heartbroken, and then she's so towards him, probably to keep him away as well. I don't think it was ill in, like, it was probably, oh God, I mean, Jesus Christ, this is going to be an hour. She's probably trying to push him away like this. Oh, I'm not good enough for you, and if I don't push you away, I might rebound, and it's not good. And you know what they're doing here. He's basically telling her you're loved, which is very cool. What do your parents tell you? And the shoes are gone because now they're back in their past. Because they remembered this. That's also so interesting from what Shinji's father said. He doesn't have anything left of his mother, but does he still act according to what he thinks she would have wanted? Because acts also preserve our memories, like this act of kissing her, of dropping the shoes off, and reenacting the situations of the past. That preserves the past. That's tradition here. It's the father speaking, like from a psychological perspective, like from a story psychological, like not from a personal psychological perspective. So it's also again reenacting the past to try to find the good in it and to preserve it here. Man, this episode is so beyond brokenly brilliant.
銀次キスしようか
Oh, I don't think he wants that.
したことないでしょ
Yeah, because Pan is sleeping. He's not there anymore, so to speak. He's in the dark currently. No, because she feels at home with you, but I do think because with him she doesn't have her worries, her fears, because he helps her fight his fears as well. So they do have a very close bond already. And I do think she's pretending this. She's telling herself this.
さんの命日に女の子とキスするの
You don't have to rub it in. That's pretty dark.
キスくらいは磨いてるわよ
I love that she's worried about that. How are they gonna do it though?
鼻息がこそばゆいから息しないで
Oh wow, okay. That's Asuka. I mean, why not Asuka? I like that she obviously pretends not to to go for the other guys and stuff, but she realizes probably that it's not really what she wants. It's just the dream that might turn into a nightmare. And she knows Shinji protects her in that he's with her. He has the same problems that she has, and she's persevering. He's helping her. She learned how to fight with him, to be with him, to move with him, to exist with him, so to speak. And that's why he's home. Perhaps this is not even romantic from her. It's the comfort she needs in this kind of relationship. Really love it. Though it's a bit mean to Shinji if she doesn't. Oh, he's yeah. Hey, Pan, your childhood's over. Is he gonna drop? Is Shinji? Yeah, he's gonna go to the loo again. I'm gonna piss off now. Not my problem. You do your adult stuff. Love it. I think he's not getting air. Yeah. Yeah, she's like, ooh. She might have liked that. Nah, she's acting up here. I love that. She's acting up here.
やっぱ暇つぶしにやるもんじゃないわ
That's pretty fucking mean though. If that was his first kiss, that's really fucking mean. I hope he understands what she means with it. Oh, now they come. Interesting. What's gonna happen here?
カジさん
She's so drunk.
この格好で出勤したら笑われ
Yeah, that's true.
よねえカジさん
I feel really uncomfortable with her doing it to him. A, because he's basically now back with Misato, but obviously he's pretty, like, what is he, 26? That's really weird, man. Man, it's so weird. It's like a delusion she has here. It's like, again, she loses herself in this dream world a bit.
またな
See? Also, by the way, he rejects her now basically in her head, but she just rejected Shinji. I love that parallel as well.
ラベンダーの香りがする
Oh, that as well, yeah. Interesting, she knows.
どうしたの
Ooh.
あんたなんかとキスしたかよ
Wow, that's not nice.
では続いて女子
Let's see if Shinji will get back to this moment somehow.
もお休みか
Ooh. So he tried to break in. Yeah, he might have used her, but I don't think he has. But now it is the question here. The idea is work versus love life here between them.
サブ所属梶良二同時に日本製
Yeah, interesting.
碇司令の命令か
Yeah, obviously he did. Oh no. Oh, really? Yeah,
だけど葛城に隠し事をしてたのは謝る
he
よ
probably does mean that.
司令やりっちゃんも君に隠し事をしてる
Rich and interesting. So what is it? Are they gonna work together though? Uh.
インパクトからその全ての要で
There are people here. And it's on the cross, obviously. What the fuck? That is Adam.
人がここに
First angel. Looks like the moon craters here. Many eyes. The triangle of God. So Adam, the first angel. First man. If Adam did the first impact as well, it also adds to the puberty thing, because Adam is the first man, the first one who went through puberty, the first male symbol, so to speak, that is not a boy. You know what I mean? Really fucking creepy though. And he is consistent of these people in the bottom, and he's pierced by a spear like Jesus was. So there's this divinity in him. The divinity of manhood. I don't know. He's got a mask. He's masked because he's unknown yet. The masked man that still sees. I don't know. Holy shit, this is awesome. That's a cool reveal. I also like that there is like, now, should we work together, work against each other, and what's with our relationship? I like the plot. This was probably one of my absolute favorite episodes. That was really awesome. There wasn't even an angel in it. Holy frick, man. The layers of this one were so beyond amazing. And I did over-interpret the shit out of this one. Anyway, if you like this over-interpreting, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this. Don't forget to check out my 2 chapters. Psychological fantasy. It's good. Can check them for free. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you around. Bye.